If you're a print-on-demand seller on Etsy, you need to know about this simple, trending design idea that can be applied to multiple listings and niches. In this video, I'll show you examples of this popular design on Etsy and take you through a step-by-step tutorial on how you can make your own original version. And importantly, how you can then use this one design idea to make potentially dozens of new listings for your shop. Let's jump in. To begin, I wanted to show you some examples of the design style I'm talking about here on Etsy, which is the coquette bow grid pattern design. So because Easter is coming up, I'm filming this near the end of February, I thought I'd use Easter as an example of how we can use this design style, but as you'll see, you can apply it to many different celebrations and niches. Here's a really cute example of the coquette bows in a grid pattern with just a little watercolor image of an Easter bunny repeated throughout. Another example is this design with multicolored coquette bows and simple line drawings of Easter bunnies with colored backgrounds. Another example here of our pink coquette bows with kind of illustrations of Easter bunnies, also with coquette bows around the ears, so kind of doubling down on that coquette aesthetic in this one. This is another really cute example. We see again the bows, but this time the designer has put in alternating Easter themed images. So instead of just a bunny repeated, we have a tulip, some tulips, an Easter egg, a bunny, a chick, and so on. So I really like this kind of more varied version of the design. And lastly, another example of just a cute little Easter bunny with a coquette bow on it with the pink bows in a grid pattern. So next we're going to head over to Canva, where I'll show you how simple it is to put a design like this together and then to be able to have it as a template of sorts and then apply it to many different niches in the future. So you can potentially make this one design idea into multiple listings for your shop. Okay, so here we are on Canva. We're going to create a custom size document. I like to size my t-shirt design documents at 4200 by 4800 pixels. So we'll hit create new design. And the first thing we're going to do is find some coquette bows to add to our pattern here. So we'll come over to Elements, and in the search menu here, we'll type coquette bow. And in the graphics section, we can see there's tons of great options for us. I do have the Pro account, but there is a lot of great free coquette bows you can use as well. I'm looking for a kind of watercolor aesthetic just to give it that sort of soft, cute, Eastery feel. I kind of like this first bow up at the top left here. So I've clicked on that to add it to our page. I'm going to size that down quite a bit and drag it up to the top left. Then I'm going to hit Command C and Command V to copy it and drag its copy over to the other side, like so. And next we want to find the second part of our design, which is an Easter bunny. So we'll type that in the search menu here, and we're still in the graphics section. And because our bows have that kind of watercolor look to them, I'm wanting to find a bunny with a watercolor feel to it as well. I think this little guy here on his hind legs is super cute. And even the pinks match nicely inside of his ears with the bows we selected. I'm going to size him down to be roughly equivalent to the size of our bows here. So it looks like we have that matching, lining up at the top and the bottom. And I'm going to move him right to the center here. When that purple line shows up, we know we have our item centered. And then I'm going to just move around the bows until I see those numbers show up, which means that we have equal spacing between our elements, which is what we're after here. So now that we have our two elements, we're just going to copy and paste them to create our grid pattern. So I'll click on the bow, hit Command C and Command V. This time I'm going to place that bow in the center here. I'm going to hit Command C and Command V with our bunny selected and align him nicely with our other elements like so. Hit Command V again to get another bunny and align him. That's looking pretty good. And continue that process until we have a grid here. And again, we're looking for that nice even spacing. Hit Command V again to get one more bow. Command C and Command V to get another bunny. You get the idea. And just like that, there we have a cute little coquette bow Easter grid for ourselves. What we can do with this now is, first of all, we can download it as a PNG with a transparent background as is to create our first t-shirt design, or maybe you want to put this on a mug, whatever you're putting it on. But what we can also do is now use this as a template of sorts for multiple different niches. So for instance, say you wanted to use this same design idea for Christmas. You would come up here and type in, let's say, snowman. And again, I'm kind of sticking to this watercolor look, so this guy looks like a good option. So what you can do is just drag that new element in to replace the bunnies. So what I'm going to do is exactly that. What happens sometimes when you drag in a new element to replace an old one is it can cut off part of the design. So I'll zoom in a bit to show you what I mean here. See how his arms have been cut off a little bit? So we want to make sure we're fixing that by dragging out the bounding box edges. So we have our full design showing here. So there we go. And then what we can do is quickly replace the other elements as well by hitting Command C and Command V, copying him and just replacing the other elements like so. And there we go. Now we have a more Christmas themed version of this design. And then maybe what you will want to do is make the bows be a red bow. So we'll type in red coquette bow and see what comes up. So we get something like this. So we could click on that and drag it down in size, get rid of that other bow and replace it like so. And then you would just go through the whole design and do the same thing. So pretty easy to apply this to multiple different niches, not just celebrations or holidays. You could do something like nursing. So we'll type in nursing and see what graphics come up for us here. Lots of cute options. I'm looking for something that fits this kind of coquette aesthetic, which I think this little image here of, it looks like a nursing smock with a name tag and a flower in the pocket. That's super cute and fits that kind of pink coquette aesthetic. So we would replace, in this case, our snowman with that. And I think we'll bring it back to that pink bow look for this. Command C, Command V, bring that back. And Command C, Command V, get rid of this snowman, bring this guy down. And one more time. And there we have the same idea as our original design, but applied to the nursing niche. So now what you can do is download this. So first of all, I'm going to title this. Let's call this, ended up being a nurse design, so let's call it Nurse Coquette. And then we'll come up to share, hit download, choose PNG, and tick off the transparent background box and hit download. And that will give us a nice transparent background PNG that we can then send over to our print on demand provider and set up to print on t-shirts, tote bags, mugs, whatever we like. So I think you get the idea here that you can set up this one simple document and essentially go in and replace the elements as needed, do different color coquette bows, change the image to fit different celebrations or niches like nursing, teaching, occupation niches. The possibilities for this design are endless. And this coquette aesthetic design has been trending at least for the last year, but I don't see it going anywhere soon. It continues to be huge on Etsy. So this one design idea can be applied to potentially dozens of listings in your store, giving you the opportunity to have multiple bestsellers out of this one simple design idea. And there you have it. You now have some tools to make your own iteration of this simple but versatile design style for your own print-on-demand shop. Let me know in the comments if you are planning on making your own version and what niche you decided to focus on with it. And if you're looking for another tutorial on a very popular design style for t-shirts on Etsy, watch this video next. Thanks for watching.